America's official Museum of Nuclear Science and History is located right here in Albuquerque. Our own little Einstein, Miss Kristen Van Dyke, takes a look.
We're going nuclear. I'm here at the National Museum of Nuclear Science and History. Let's go inside and take a tour and see what kind of reaction we get.
Now we're coming into our history area, and this is, of course, one of the most intriguing places for visitors because it deals so much with the Manhattan Project, which was, a secret place, and so many people are so interested in how New Mexico was chosen, and then the high science that was taking place here, and of course that was all embroiled in the war effort, which New Mexico is very unique with that history. After Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the Cold War officially began when Russia developed a hydrogen bomb, and they started what we called the race for arms. And so in the Cold War area, we show a number of the different shapes and sizes of weapons that were developed for different deployment. Some in the field, some were dropped by air. This is Little Albert's lab, where kids and their parents can kind of come and get a sense of some very basic scientific principles.
Oh, that is mass. Mass is the quantity of matter in an object.
We have an interactive display that allows people of all ages to go through and say, well, I think there ought to be more solar power. And it allows you to try on your own to set how much power delivery you want from all these different kinds of power. In order to understand X-rays or other aspects of nuclear, it's good to know about radiation and what it is and how it affects you. So this display talks about measuring radiation. We know that there are safer limits of radiation, and there are dangerous exposure to radiation. This is where the U.S. says it's dangerous to have low exposure.
Really? Okay, good. Good to know.
So we have 4 airplanes, and they are each very different. We have a Navy airplane called an A-7 Corsair. We have an F-105, which was an Air Force fighter. Then we have the iconic B-29. This is the kind of airplane that carried the weapon over Japan to end the war. And so that is a very old, very iconic airplane, very, very much in use in World War II. This was a little bit later, and it's the big old B-52.
Look at that.
They're just gigantic. They are such big airplanes. I think oftentimes people who have traveled have been to an art museum, or they've been to a children's museum, but not very many people have been to a nuclear museum because there aren't very many of them. So I think that the idea that they can learn more about the science and the history of nuclear, which is a very kind of tough and big subject, it's a draw to them.
And this is a special nuclear museum too.
It is very unique in that we cover so much about what nuclear is. We go way to the very origins of nuclear energy and our understanding of it, to the development of nuclear weapons, the Cold War, right up until the technologies that are taking place now.
Wow. So we have history, science, you have it all kind of mixed together.
Even
here.
some fun stuff.
And fun stuff too. Oh, I love it.
Good.
Thanks to our little scientist, Miss Kristen Van Dyke, for that one. And the museum presents exhibits and also educational programs that convey the diversity of individuals and events that shape the nuclear age. If you'd like to visit, information is going right up on your screen. Get a pen and paper out, write it down, and head on out. It's a really nice thing to get a little history right here in our city. It's really fabulous. Now, if you want to keep that summer glow all year round, Mark Pardo's Salon and Spa is coming up next.